Well, welcome everyone. I'm so thrilled that you've joined us for Rebel 11. I am Joni Parsons, the founder. And, one of the things on Rebel 11 that is so important to us is to really, have information and speakers come on that give us tools in our toolbox to live a better, more engaged life. And today is one of those amazing days where we are going to be talking about the meaning of life. It's a question that we all ask, but even more importantly, is what is the meaning and purpose of our lives? That's why we're here. I'm so thrilled to welcome Francesca Sipma, and she is the author of this amazing new book called Unlock Your Purpose, Breathwork, Intuition, and Flow State. It just was released in November, so I'm so thrilled that you're one of our first, or one of the first to interview you. And she's the founder and CEO of Mastry and the creator of HypnoBreathwork. Her work has been featured in Entrepreneur, Bloomberg, Forbes, NBC, and ABC. You're all over the place. Welcome. It's so lovely to have you today. Oh, we have someone from Singapore today joining us. Wow. So I want to talk to you about your story. It really resonates with me, as a CEO myself. I have another hat I wear as the owner of a PR firm. But so you were in New York, you were at the top of your career, and then what happened?
Yeah, I was living in Manhattan in the West Village, which was always my dream. And I had secured the job at one of the top agencies in the world. And I was working on global marketing campaigns for Google and for Marriott. And I thought, this is everything I've ever wanted. I should be just so happy and so fulfilled. And the reality was that I just wasn't. I was constantly chasing the next promotion, the next trip, the next party, the next guy. And I just found that once I hit those career goals, I just didn't feel meaning in my life. I didn't feel like I was living true to my values. So initially, I tried to go client side to see if that would make me happier. And then I was on the global marketing team at Bacardi, and I was traveling the world business class. I was on private jets. We had a company condo in Bermuda, and I still wasn't happy. And then I tried to move to San Francisco and work at a tech startup. And I thought maybe more autonomy, more entrepreneurship will do the trick. Maybe I need to move cities. And I was chasing all of these external things to find fulfillment. And the universe just kept pointing me inward to do more healing work and get into alignment with what would really bring me joy.
I relate to that so much. And you found a book initially that was the kind of the nexus point for your personal exploration. What
Yeah.
was that book?
That book was The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And that is when I really learned the power of presence and realized that I was constantly thinking about the future or consumed with things of my past. And I was very rarely just in the present moment and having gratitude for all the things that were going right in my life. And I had what he called a radical awakening, where I just woke up and I was like, the sun is shining and I'm healthy, and there's a beautiful lemon tree right outside my door, and I get to sit and in this really cozy duvet and read this book. Life isn't so bad. And when I learned to start being more present in the moment, things really began to open up for me. And then he recommended a second book called Living in the Light by Shakti Gawain. And that's when I learned to listen to my intuition. And that was a game changer for me.
Wow. And you ended up traveling all over the world. Tell us about that journey. It was your opening. And what I appreciate about what you did is that you dove in. You dove into this journey, which is ultimately what led you to be here today. So tell us a little bit about that.
So there was this concept in Shakti Gawain's book that said, really tune into your body and then take action on what comes up for you. And I was a very type A overachiever, and I was thinking about all these different things that I could do that would make me happy. And I would kind of sit with each one. And the only one that felt good in my body was to book a one-way ticket to Bali. So I
I
did
love that idea. Thank you.
Yeah, so I did the very, eat, pray, love thing, and I booked this ticket to Bali, and I discovered this 7-day breathwork retreat. And I was really fascinated by the way the facilitator spoke about the experience. It was very similar to Eckhart Tolle. And I just thought, that feels intuitive, that feels aligned, it feels good in my body. And I did this 7-day breathwork retreat, and it absolutely blew my mind. It completely transformed my life. And that's where I became fascinated by the breath, and I had to understand it, I had to study it. And I went on a full year spiritual sabbatical of healing. And I was in India, and I was in Peru, and I was in Thailand, back to Bali. And I experimented with everything: Ayurveda, ayahuasca, Vipassana, all of these different modalities. But it always came back to breath work for me as being the most powerful and transformative tool.
So why breath work?
Yeah.
I mean, what I love about this is that you've studied all the different modalities and you kept coming back to breath work. But why? Like, we just think of it as something really mechanical, something that we don't even think about on a day-to-day basis. So what is it about tuning into your breath work, that your own breath, that makes change?
Breathwork is just powerful. It's this direct line into your subconscious. It's this direct line into your intuition. And when you breathe in a very specific technique, you are changing the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body. And that allows you to go straight into the subconscious, which is your storehouse of all of your unfulfilled values, all of your limiting beliefs, all of your childhood memories. And that's really pertinent for change and to heal, because we have to bypass the conscious and the analytical mind and the ego, and we have to get into that record holder so that we can create real change. And so as somebody who thought I was really smart, and I thought, I'd been in therapy, I understood my daddy issues and my voids, the breath work took me so many layers deeper into my subconscious mind, to parts of my childhood that were unhealed, and relationships that I needed to look at, and where the identities formed. And it was more mild than plant medicine. So for me, I could kind of connect the dots to my psychological patterns and then get next steps in order to change. But I did see a gap in breath work. It's really become an umbrella term. There's a lot of different techniques and styles. And I went to what felt like hundreds of classes and workshops and trainings. And I just saw that a lot of people have really cathartic healing releases. They're crying, they feel lighter, but they don't know how to make sense of their experience in order to change their external reality. So I kind of felt like there's an opportunity for me to optimize and modernize this practice, which is why I brought in hypnosis and I brought in visioning.
So that's so interesting, because you talk about plant-based medicine, and that's something that, so many people are going towards ayahuasca and these experiences. You can do that here in the US, you can go to Peru, all over the world to do that, but it is a physical release. But I love that what you're talking about is giving yourself the gift of time, right? To do this type of work, and to look and really vision about your past. Let's talk about the importance of our birth families, because you touched on that for just a moment. And will you tell them the story that you had earlier this week, was it?
Yeah, I was just telling you, Joni, that was having a conversation with a gentleman just yesterday. And part one of my book is healing the past in order to discover your purpose. And he was like, what does my childhood have anything to do with it? It's like,
Everything.
oh, literally
Everything.
everything. Yeah, so that was a big revelation for me, because I think even in the beginning, I was skeptical of that through line and the correlation. And I was very focused on external things. What city should I live in? Which guy should I date? And my facilitators were like, we need to go way deeper into where the identity was formed. And my very first session, I just saw this photo of myself as a 7-year-old girl. And the message was, you're too hard on yourself. You're too hard on yourself. And I was floored by that, because I thought I hadn't taken enough accountability for some of my actions. And my subconscious revealed I was actually being too hard on myself. And then it went through, a bunch of different journeys and memories of me just seeing that the reason I was such a high achiever, and the reason that I would push and grind, and I was such a workaholic, was because I was trying to prove my worth to my father. And so there was this huge disconnect between what would really light me up, what I was passionate about, and still having drive and ambition, but from a place of alignment and not from a place of needing his recognition and his attention. And that was extremely healing for me to discover.
And when you expressed that, when you finally realized that that was your driver, what opened up for you? I mean, that was one of many things that opened up, like looking at your relationships, looking at your relationship with your mom. But why was that specific one so important?
Well, two things. First, physiologically, I always felt like a pressure valve. I felt like I was ready to combust at any time because I was just always used to suppressing emotion, suppressing anxiety, numbing myself out because I never wanted to be perceived as weak, which was a characteristic that I took on from him. But the second thing it did was it gave me permission to pursue what I was actually passionate about. And I loved breath work. I was so fascinated by it. And I loved spirituality and psychology and neuroscience. And I needed to explore that without having to have the status and the significance and the salary that made me feel important and made me feel valued. So that transition was really difficult for me to go from director level titles to becoming a breathwork coach. My ego had to die. And the first part of that was how I was perceived by my father.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And that ego, it gets in the way, doesn't it?
Still does.
It still does. I know I'm actually doing some work too, and I'm so inspired by, your this breath work piece that it's like there's different components that we can go towards. And I think this is a really powerful opportunity for all of us to tune in. And we're going to be so lucky to have an actual session. And so I want you to stand by for just a few minutes. So tell us about the breath work that you've developed and its importance in everyone's life.
Yes. So the style that we have created is called HypnoBreathwork, and it has three components to it. There's breathwork that is an experiential therapy that is powerful and transformative on its own. That is really releasing suppressed emotion and stagnant energy that's been lodged in your nervous system. So standalone breathwork is incredible, but we've layered on hypnosis so that you have vocal cues, you have guidance, and you have focal points so that we can actually start to reprogram and rewire those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. And then we end every session with visioning. So this is very expansive for your mind and for your subconscious. You're starting to see new imagery. You're seeing a future that you want to step into. This is where manifestation starts to occur and you feel the emotion of already having it. And the most important part of every single hypno breathwork session is we will ask you, what is your one next intuitive action step? And that makes it go from this internal cathartic release to you having very clear guidance and having mentally rehearsed the next thing you need to do so that you have that clear direction and roadmap to really start to change your life and create one that you love.
And those neural pathways can change, right? I mean, that's what you're saying. And I don't think that we tune into that as individual people, that we have the ability to change that neural pathway. And when you found that out, why was that so important?
I was sharing this with a friend the other day. I'm not somebody who's wired for positivity. Like, I'm actually not somebody who's wired to be optimistic. I come from a Vietnamese immigrant mother who was constantly in a state of fear and threat. And then I had abandonment issues from my father. So I'm wired to be overly prepared for things to go wrong. So I'm constantly, even if things look like they're going really well in my life, I'm like, okay, the shoe's going to drop. Something's going to go bad. My business
All
is
of
going
that
well
too.
today. Something's going to happen tomorrow.
Mhm.
And when I do the breath work, it gets me out of those thought loops. It disrupts that pattern and that conditioning and that default that I'm used to that was out of protection and that was out of survival. And it allows me to expand. And I do a lot of reprogramming in my own brain with it's only going to get better. More success, more abundance, more love. All of these things are coming to me. Things are flowing effortlessly for me. And so those are the new imprints and the new thoughts that I am constantly rewiring in my brain. And I think we all have stories that are holding us back. We all have patterns. And so that's why this methodology is so important for us to really start to change our brain and change the action steps to create the reality that we want.
And then once you give yourself this opportunity, what happens to your intuition?
Oh, it gets clear, it gets loud. You know, in the beginning, I think for everybody, the intuition feels really foggy. We don't know the distinction between our intuitive voice and maybe the fear. But when you start to breathe, it gets very clear, it gets very loud. And then the more you take action on it, it's like a muscle, like anything else. It starts to strengthen, it starts to build. And what I found was every time I listened to this, you know, illogical, non-conventional voice inside me, the universe would start to reward me with beautiful synchronicities, and it would magnetize and open up opportunities. And I started walking on a completely new and higher path where unpredictable and exciting and limitless possibilities started opening up. So
Well, who doesn't love that? Could you just share the very first bit of intuition that you received about your business? Can you just share that? It's a great story in the book.
So I had a breathwork session where my intention was, what's the next step to build this company? And it was very loud in my breathwork session. It was like, post this headshot of yourself on Instagram with a caption that reads, I'm coming out in 2022 as the founder and CEO of a new wellness company. We're gonna, you know, change the collective consciousness and help people be self-aware and optimize performance. If you want to get involved with a female founder, DM me. I came out of the breathwork and I was like, whoa, absolutely not. I'm not putting myself out there on social media like that. It's way too vulnerable. It's way too soon. But my intuition was so loud. I literally couldn't focus on anything else until I closed the energy leak on this. So I posted it. And a friend of mine reached out from college. Her and her husband got on a call with me. And within 48 hours, the first $100,000 was wired into Mastry's bank account for me to launch this company.
Okay, that is such a great intro to what we're going to do now. Well, first of all, congratulations. And I know your company has blossomed probably more than you could have ever imagined to this point today. So let's dive in. So tell us what we're going to do right now. And I encourage all of you to stay with this because this is a transformative opportunity that we have right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take everybody through a HypnoBreathwork session. It's going to be about 20 minutes of this circular connected breathwork pattern. I will demonstrate what that looks like, but you're going to feel sensations. It might be a little intense. You're going to feel physical vibrations. You might have some mental chatter in the beginning. That's perfectly normal. Just keep listening to my cues, keep listening to my voice. And then I'm going to take you guys on a journey to help you feel empowered, to help you feel more clear, to help you hear your intuition. So I really hope that everybody stays for this journey. It's going to be a fiery playlist and it's going to be an amazing experience. So I would like to just have you guys all just set an intention that you place into the chat box for me. One of the most common things we hear is that one session of breathwork feels like 2 years of psychotherapy. So if that is to be true, and you're going to get this really beautiful cathartic release and this mental clarity, what do you want to get most out of this session? I want you to set an intention. So I want you to think about, what do you want to get most out of this session? It could be clarity for work. It could be more love in your family. It could be focus. It could be presence. It could be gratitude. It could be peace. And if you could just type that one word into the chat box for me. Type your intention into the chat box. And while you guys are doing that, I am going to go ahead and demonstrate the breath technique. Work-life balance. Girl, aren't we all? We're going to have you see a really beautiful vision of how those two things can work in harmony, your work and your family life. And we're going to expand your subconscious into what that could be like.
And I want to read just some of these:
Yeah.
calmness, stop worrying, healing relationships, peace with retirement, new romance, health, all
Mhm.
so important to each and every one of us.
Oh, I love that we have two. You guys are giving me chills over here. New romance and a mate life partner. Okay. So for my ladies who are focusing on romance and love, what I would like you to do in this session, once we get towards the end, I would like you to teach your body what it feels like to have that love and to have that safe relationship. And now that's not visualizing, you know, the 6'4" rich athlete. That means you're feeling that consistency, that security, that safety, that partnership, that unity in your body. And that's how we're going to start to attract it through your energy.
Lovely.
All right. Okay, so here's the breath technique. It is 2 inhales and 1 exhale. You're going to take your inhales through your nose and your exhale through your mouth. So it's going to look like this. You're going to inhale into your belly, inhale into your chest, exhale, inhale belly, inhale heart, exhale. Everybody put one hand on your belly, put one hand on your chest. Take a deep breath into your belly, deep breath into your heart. Exhale. Inhale belly, inhale chest, exhale. Anybody have any questions on the breath technique?
That was pretty clear.
Okay, good. I think
Thank you.
so. If you can, I definitely would encourage you to try to lay down and have something to place over your eyes so that you can really drop into the experience. If you're not in a place to do that, that's totally fine. You can absolutely do this sitting up. I am going to have you guys close your eyes. But if you are at home and you want to get cozy, get a blanket, get yourself super, super comfy, and we will start in 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for giving this gift to our audience. I'm just thrilled.
I'm so excited for everyone. Like I said, you're going to feel some physical sensations. There's going to be some mental chatter. You might have emotions come up. That's all part of the process. It's perfectly normal. If anyone feels their hands kind of clamping up a little bit, again, that's just stress and energy wanting to move. Just keep breathing through it. I'm going to guide you guys all the way home, and you're going to feel so great at the end of this session. All right,
Lovely. Thank you.
let's do it. Here we go. Take a deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale. Inhale into your belly. Inhale into your heart. Exhale. Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale. So good. Keep breathing just like that. Go at your pace. Go ahead and just drop your shoulders for me. Stretch out your arms a little bit. Really relax into your body. Sink into your breath. And focus all of your attention on your breath. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale, let it all fall out. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Keep breathing just like that. Way down Any thoughts, any resistance? It's perfectly normal. Just bring your awareness back to your breath. See that first inhale into your belly. Move up to that second inhale into your chest. Exhale, let it all fall out. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Big exhale. Inhale into your belly. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, let it all fall out. Keep breathing just like that.
Take me across Lake Pontchartrain. Way down south, the Mississippi calls my name. You're home, way down south, the Mississippi calls my name. You're home, way down south, the Mississippi calls my name. You're home, way down south, the Mississippi calls my name.
Excellent job, everyone. That's already one song down. If you're feeling any physical sensations, any vibrations, go ahead and shake out your hands a little bit, wiggle out your arms. Let that energy move. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your heart. Exhale. And as you breathe to this next song, I just want you to start to reflect on how you're doing in your life right now. How are you?
Coming over like the Orient kind, nourished in the color like black of the sunlight.
Keep breathing. How are you really doing in your life right now?
I probably can't see the bigger picture. Crush coming over like the Orient kind, orange in the color black with all the sunlight.
Deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your chest. Exhale. How is your heart?
Probably can't see the bigger picture. Crush coming over like the Orient kind, orange in the color black with all the sunlight. Crush coming over like the Orient kind, orange in the color like black with all the sunlight. Probably can't see the bigger pages, wings and make me fly.
Really well done. Shake it out, stretch it out. And bring your attention back to your breath. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I want you to start to think about your intention for today. Start to think about the intention that you set for today.
I did this on my own and I got this far now. And I'll get higher with it.
Keep breathing. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. And I want you to ask your subconscious, what is blocking me from my intention?
You know I live it. Stay safe for me. I see the inner you when it hurts to let go.
Keep breathing. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Now listen closely. Whatever is blocking you, whether it's fear, doubt, anxiety, grief, a limiting belief or thought, I want you to wrap your breath around that block. Inhale, pull it up to your chest. Big exhale, let it go. Inhale, wrap your breath around that block. Inhale, pull it up to your chest. Big exhale, let it go. Inhale, wrap your breath around it. Inhale, pull it up. Big exhale. Keep breathing that emotion out of your body now.
And I'll get higher with it. My thoughts are lighter with it. Just to let you know I did it. Just to let you know I live it.
So good, you guys. Shake that out. Shake it out. We're already more than halfway through. Awareness back on your breath. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. And in this next song, I want you to start to visualize the most powerful version of yourself, the most confident version of yourself. See it now.
Any longer. You don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web. We could hide up in here from the world. They won't suspect. You don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web. Hide up in here from the world. Something heavy deep inside, starting to come alive. Yeah, it was lost, hiding from the truth. I'm falling over you. Let me hold you in my arms, keep you safe, I'll keep you warm.
Keep breathing and visualizing the most powerful and confident version of yourself. Step into that version. What are you wearing? How do you walk into a room? What does it feel like?
You don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web. don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web, hide up in here from the world. Oh, you don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web. We could hide up in here from the world. They won't suspect. You don't know your power, girl. I'm in your web, hide up in here from the world. Your blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes.
Keep breathing. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Keep rehearsing the most powerful version of you now.
Whoa, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes. Oh, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes. Whoa, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes. Lost in these oceans with you.
You are doing absolutely phenomenal. Final song, last song right here. Pick up your breath for me a little bit. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Inhale, heart. Exhale. And as we breathe into this last song, I want you to see your intention like it's already done. Your health is optimal. You have love in your life. You're calm. Living your purpose. See your intention and see it like you already have it. I want you to use your imagination. I want you to use visualization to see everything going right in your life. Family, health, abundance, love. I want you to see your dream life. See that harmony. Step into that world. Keep breathing. Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Stepping into that reality. What would it feel like for everything to be going well in your life? Start to feel that peace, that joy, that freedom. See it and feel it now.
Even if this world is level to the ground, even if the seas dry up and the mountains were down, love will live forever in the infinite universe, forever in the infinite universe.
Inhale, belly. Inhale, chest. Exhale. Keep seeing your dream life and feel that love feel that gratitude, knowing that your dream life is on its way to you. See it and feel it now. Final minute, keep breathing. And I want you to ask your intuition, what is my one next action step towards my dream life? Really amazing work, everyone. Start to slow down your breathing. Taking your inhales and your exhales through your nose. Returning to your regular breath as we drop into a few minutes of this peaceful meditation. Start to bring your awareness to the center of your chest. And I want you to visualize a gold light at the center of your chest. Start to expand and increase that gold light to fill the space around your body, creating an aura of light. Keep expanding and increasing that light to fill the space of the room, out into the street, out into the sky. Radiate that light. And with your heart energy activated, once again, I want you to see your dream life. Visualize the highest version of yourself in your dream life now. And feel it like you already have it. What would it feel like? Feel that peace. that joy, that love. See it and feel it now. Really excellent work, everyone. Go ahead and start to wake up your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. And whenever you feel ready, go ahead and come back up to a seated position.
That was so powerful.
Oh, you feeling
Yeah.
emotional? Oh, good.
Emotions are coming up for me, and I would love for all of you to put in the chat how that was for you. What did you experience? And I'll just share while
Yeah, please.
you were doing that. You know, you were talking earlier about your childhood and the emotions surrounding it and how it impacts all parts of our life. And sorry, I'm really having an amazing experience. And I grew up in a family where with my mom and my grandma, and the curtains were always closed in our house. And um and my grandma would peek outside the window to see, you know, what was happening. And I always was looking up at the sky and like, there's got to be something more than this, with the curtains closed and this very dark existence that I had. I knew I was loved by my mom, but my grandma there was this darkness. And in the exercise, the experience that I just had, I came out from like I flew open the curtains and I walked through the curtains, and that was what was one of the things that's been holding me back in certain parts of my life. So thank you. That was incredibly powerful. Lacey says I was crying. I have tears. I mean, I've done a lot of therapy in my life, and you're right that is a very moving experience. Ruth says she's feeling release.
Yeah, can I just ask everyone to just put one word into the chat box? Like, how are you feeling post breath work? Give me one word. Yeah, it can be very emotional.
Irritated. Positive. Fran, opening. Open. I feel like there was this amazing shift, lighter, more regulated, calm.
Beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
Did anybody experience, hopeful, that's so nice. Did anybody experience physical sensations? If you did, give me a P. Put a P if you felt any like tingling or vibrations, maybe in your hands, maybe around your face. Okay, good. That's definitely stress releasing. Really nice, everyone. And then if you had any emotions come up, if you felt any emotions, give me an E. Give me an E if you felt emotions. Wow. Big. See, we all have so many stored emotions that the breath is just a big release and so cathartic. And if you had visions, if you had any images or visions, give me a V. If you saw any memories maybe, or pictures came up for you.
And how often do we give ourselves this time, and to have a visualization like you gave us it's such a powerful tool to use, but to have you guide us through that experience was life-changing for me. I will say that it was amazing. So now, what do you suggest that when people have had this moving experience, have been able to have these visions, the emotions, the physical sensation, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Can you take us through that next step?
Yep. So that vision that you have, or the images, or maybe you got a glimpse into the future, or you saw the intention, that helps us have a North Star. That really helps us anchor towards moving in the right direction. So I asked at the very end, what's your next intuitive action step? So if you had an intuitive action step, could you type that into the chat box? And then Joni, did something come up for you?
I mean, just stepping up, it was mine. I mean, I can get out from behind the curtain now, and even yeah, I mean, there's so much more, about that story for me. But yeah, it's just I can move the curtain away and step out and not be so afraid and scared. And that is what's holding me back, is being, afraid, like that little girl who was behind the curtains. And, it all goes back to those childhood experiences that deeply impact us. I'm 60 and I'm still like, that was an aha moment for me. And yeah.
So the most important thing to do is to take your intuitive action step. That's how you're going to integrate this experience. So when those opportunities come up, or just in your day-to-day, you're going to step out, you're going to step in front of it, and you're going to allow yourself to be seen. And every time you feel that little twinge of hesitation, or going back to sort of your default conditioning, you're going to remember this experience and you're gonna be like, nope, it's safe for me to step up
Yep.
now. So that's,
Safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And other ways to really help integrate this experience is journaling on colors that you saw, on images, like that really helps cement the experience. Drink water. Everyone should get a really nice night's sleep today. I truly believe that this work needs to be done consistently in order for it to be the most effective. So I do this every single morning. 20 minutes, I breathe, I see the highest vision of myself, and then I immediately execute. I send the email, I create the pitch deck, I apologize, I have the conversation, and I do it every single morning. And I created an app called Mastry, Mastry, so that we have every session and every topic we could possibly need on a given day. So there's sessions on parenting, there's sessions on love, there's sessions on peak performance. And so if you go onto the app, you'll be able to sort of choose what you need that morning. And then we have a digital action tracker where you put in your action step, you get a badge when you complete it. But if everybody wants to go deeper into this experience, I also have a course called Unblock Your Purpose, where you are with a live coach. We take you through the more intense sessions of the mother, the father, the inner child, your money blocks, and that's going to be kicking off on January 22nd.
Oh, that's fantastic. And Ruth put a link to your website in the chat. So I would highly recommend going to her her website and seeing the offerings. I think that course sounds amazing. I also just want to say that your book has so many exercises in here. And tell us about the QR code on each chapter, because I love that. I have not seen that before.
Yeah, so the book Unblock Your Purpose is really a compilation of everything we've discussed here, and the chronology and the context and the psychological concepts of, what it takes to heal and discover your purpose. And every single chapter has a complimentary mini HypnoBreathwork session that is housed on Mastry app. It's free. You get all the knowledge, and then you get a little experience to help you connect the dots to your purpose as well.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being here today. What a profound session we just had. I wish you the best of luck with your launch of your book, and I wish you the best of holidays. And thank you so much for making an impact for all of us today. And you can be rest assured I'll be sharing a lot of this information moving forward. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being so open to the practice and being vulnerable and allowing yourself to feel through emotions. The more we feel, the more we heal.
Love that. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.